Well, hello there. This morning's walk starts where a road turns to a track. And it's a track going steadily uphill. Where are we? Well, less than 20 minutes drive from Athona, along the main road west, you come to the village of Morecambe Lake. If you know it, you might remember that it's got the old biscuit factory in the village, where Moore's biscuits first made their allegedly world famous Dorset knobs. The Dorset knob is a little spherical, hard rusk-like biscuit that some people love with cheese, and the origin of the world knob throwing competition, etc. Let's not even go there. Anyway, in the village of Morecambe Lake, just past the biscuit factory, if you hang a right up a tiny lane, so insignificant that its name seems to have either faded to white or been painted over, you get to where I am now. And on the side of this hill, various properties, houses, cling to the slopes. There's a lovely, rather informal feel to the whole area. And I'm going to be walking uphill for another minute or two, and I'll speak to you again when I get near the top. Stopped for a little view across this tiny valley. You see what I mean, perhaps about how the few houses here cling onto the hillside. There's nothing much in this field in front of me. Looking to the right, there's the hill I'm still climbing. See you again in a moment. I think I know what this creature is. I think is it a deerhound?
It's a Scottish deerhound, yeah.
Wow. Yes, this is a favourite place for walking dogs, and I've actually met you before, I think. Is there another deerhound?
Glenn, yeah, he's not here today.
Oh, he's not here today.
He goes out later.
Enjoy your walk.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Well, there you have it, a Scottish deerhound. Not sure I'd ever knowingly seen one of those before, until I met that one and its companion being walked here a few days ago. Here's a helpful board telling us that we're on Hardown Hill, a National Trust site of special scientific interest, and it says this hilltop is a relic of an ancient chalk-covered plateau which extended across much of southern England during the late Cretaceous period. And then rivers either side of it have worn almost all the surrounding land away, leaving, as it says here, a series of flat-topped hills like Hardown Hill and Golden Cap to the south, and Lambert's Castle and Pilsden Pen, both old hill forts, to the north. Just a little bit further up, and I'll have reached the highest point of today's walk. Well, here we are. That's the track I've just come up. Out in the sunshine now, on the top with, apart from little trees, quite a wide view around. And this is a great place to come for what I'd think of as early morning communion. On a day when the wind and rain of the last couple of days seems to have cleared away. And quite surprisingly, for this part of the country, we have a small area of heathland on the top of this hill that, until I walked up here, I never guessed would be here, with all the usual plants of the heath. I'll have a look at one or two of those in a moment. Here we are, the heather and the gorse. Gorse not quite in full flower at the moment, but that great colour contrast of the purple and the yellow stretching out across this little bit of the relic of the chalk uplands that the information board described. There's a relic of a different sort in a minute or two. I'll stop the walk again when we get there. Onward. There are the hills of the northern part of West Dorset. There's Pilsden Pen, the highest point in the county, to the left, and to its right Lewisden Hill, beautiful wooded hill. Somewhat shrouded in dark cloud this morning still. I trust we'll get a brighter view when we get to a point where we can see the coast. There's the moorland in the sun, the heath I should say. I said this is a good place to come. This is a spot for morning communion. It is a good place to come for a bit of a think and a pray. That kind of reflection in the morning, that's what I've come here for today. Ahead, I wonder if you can begin to spot the sea. That flat hill, almost level with the horizon of the sea. That is Golden Cap, the highest point on the south coast of England. Turning and looking towards the east, I can just make out through the morning sun haze the peninsula of Portland, over there beyond Thorncombe Beacon. And then turning in the other direction, those white houses on a hill are part of Lyme Regis. So quite a lot of the coast can be glimpsed from up here. I'm standing in the shadow of a small clump of conifers. With a helpful spot to sit and rest. I mentioned a relic of another sort. This isn't exactly a relic. What it is a memorial. It's a very simple bench, and I know it's been repaired over the years. Sometimes when I've been here it's been in quite a different state. It has a metal plate, and it reads, Bloomfield Road Bible Class, Sunday School, Charles A. Shipman, in grateful memory of a life of devoted service. 1885 to 1936. I used to think it said 1885 to 1986, which would have made Charles Shipman 101. But his life was shorter than that, but it was a life of devoted service, and the people who cared about him endowed this bench, and it's been here ever since. I'm going to sit on it and rest and think a while, and I'll join you for the rest of the walk in a moment. Well, I showed you the purple and the yellow of the gorse and the heather earlier on. Can't leave this high point without this glorious red of the berries on the mountain ash, the rowan tree. Quite a few small mountain ash up here on Hardown Hill. This is really quite a short walk, but you could easily link it up with others in the area, possibly even connect it to walking up Golden Cap or around on the National Trust Stonebarrow Estate, which is just the other side of the A35. I'm almost out of sight of the A35, which is lovely. You can see a tiny bit of it down there. Still hear the traffic a bit. But there we are looking over back towards Athona. coming around Langdon Hill Wood, Golden Cap, and round towards Stone Barrow, that hill there. It might be an idea, in fact, to connect this with a longer walk, because where I parked this morning, there's hardly any parking space. You have to squeeze in. So don't bring a big group here in cars hoping to all find space to park. Going down now on a path surrounded by bracken. And I'll speak to you again when I'm nearer the bottom. Let's have another quick sweep around from some of the houses of, well, you can see Lyme Regis in the far distance, but most of those houses on the hill you see there are in fact in Charmouth. There's the sea, Golden Cap, Langdon Hill, and the sunlight. I just love these views, so I hope you're enjoying them too. The path itself has dived out of the sunlight. And here we come to an old National Trust sign. National Trust, Hardown Hill. Access restricted to public rights of way only, subject to bylaws on the back of this notice. This dates from the time when the National Trust made their signs in embossed metal. There's a more contemporary one about dog fouling beneath. But like the sign for Charles Shipman, I think the metal ones will long outlast the new green one below. I'm almost back at the car. And I'll say goodbye to you now from this short circular walk on Hardown Hill above Morecambe Lake.